Namaskaram everyone. In this video I wanted to talk a little bit about my magic mushrooms experience and basically how I started a lot of my spiritual things, or my journey, quest, my path that I've been on now for the last couple of years. When I was, I think, 17, I was already been smoking weed for about 2 years and quite regularly, and partying a lot and drinking and doing a lot of things that, you know, are supposed to be cool, and I enjoyed some of the things. Often I felt like shit, but in all it was not the worst time of my life, because where I was before was much worse. But when I started doing mushrooms once, I just did it I think twice or so in my life, or three times I think I did it. When I did it the first time, it was quite the engaging experience, and it was definitely something that brought me to a point where I started questioning a lot of things in my life. So with my best friend, I don't know where we got these mushrooms or whatever, we took him in my room, and my room was a really cool room where we used to hang out and smoke weed a lot and have a projector there and a beamer, and used to like smoke weed, listen to music and talk and play domino and whatever. And so I took it with my friend. We started watching some YouTube videos, and at the beginning it was like we were really fully understanding what this guy was talking about in this YouTube video. It was, I don't even know what it was. I think we watched something of like The Amazing Atheist or some documentary, and I don't even know exactly what it was. And we were totally able to understand like the deeper dimension of what everything was about this video. And after that, there was like this moment when suddenly I started being able to communicate. Like literally the things that we're saying just didn't make any sense to my friend, and I think it didn't even make much sense to myself. It was like I didn't understand anything anymore. It's like I went from like feeling like understanding everything into feeling like I understand nothing. And then my friend started talking to me, and I couldn't understand anything that he was saying. It was the strangest thing. It was like we never experienced something like that. It was like suddenly he was from planet X and I was from planet Z. It was like a completely different species. It's like we're talking different languages. And so the only thing that was kind of obvious was that he wanted to go outside and I wanted to stay inside. So that was kind of a little thing, and I said, you can do whatever you want, kind of, but I'm gonna stay here. And so at that moment we stopped communicating, and I just kind of closed my eyes and I sat sat on my bed, and I just started drifting away. And I just don't remember so many things, but a couple of things I remember. One thing was I felt like I was in the universe, flying around in the universe. And by that time I hadn't been doing lucid dreaming, nothing. It was like it was very hallucinatory. I thought I was just hallucinating, and I just didn't put much thought into it, so I just experienced it without having second thoughts about anything. Why is this happening? This, that. I just let it happen. And I was flying through the universe, and then I landed on this planet, and I kind of landed on a planet, and I saw from above kind of a huge demonstration-esque thing happening, and then I suddenly became one of the people in the demonstration. It wasn't a demonstration, and not, for lack of a better word, I'll just say demonstration, but what I was seeing was kind of a person like Hitler or Goebbels or like some of these people, and they were standing on a tribune on a rostrum, and they were speaking into a microphone, and they were dressed in black. Everyone was dressed in black, and I felt like he was talking German, but I didn't understand a word he said. He was just talking like Walter den totalen Krieg, blah blah blah, and like talking like he's a maniac. And everyone was just standing in row, like I was one of the soldiers he was talking to, and like I felt like this is all bullshit, this is not true, but I have to, I can't act up, otherwise everybody's gonna start killing me or whatever. So I stood in row and I listened to what this guy said, and I had a lot of emotions. I felt like something really bad is going to happen, like a war is going to happen, and I felt like a lot of us didn't want this to happen. We didn't want, we didn't believe what he was saying, but we had to believe what he was saying. We had to act in the way that they wanted us to act, like this government, and like this is all bullshit. This whole Nazi regime thing was all bullshit. And later I thought that maybe this was my past life. Maybe I used to be like a Nazi soldier that didn't want to be in the war. But I don't know. Like, this is just what I thought after that. Nowadays I don't have any idea. I don't believe it or disbelieve it. It might be true, it might not be true. But it felt very real. It felt very like I was in the memories of myself. Felt, not so hallucinatory after all. And so that was one experience I had. But it was really, for me at the time, groundbreaking to have an experience like that. And opened up doors for me. Sorry about the car noises, guys. It opened up doors for me to try other things, and eventually I ended up doing Isha Yoga. So it's been part of my path, and a very important one as well, because it was the first one. The first one is always an important one. And then one of the other things I remembered was that I was looking at my feet and I suddenly had 6 toes, and I was counting it. And I remember I'm telling my friend, Linus, look at my feet. And then he was also seeing 6 toes. So I was like, wait, did I have 6 toes all my life? Or what? And we were both laughing, and it was funny, and we had a great experience, and it was worth it. And it wasn't that I abused the substance, or I never really abused it multiple times. I tried to have crazy experiences, but I never tried to repeat them. So I had this very important trip, and I'm happy I did it, because it did so many things for me later. But it's not like I recommend it. I think for some people that have been not experiencing a lot of deep emotions, like I have not been, where I've been having put a lot of my emotions under the carpet for a long time, these kind of experiences can be good. But if I would have known back then about Isha Yoga, honestly, I think I could have skipped all this drug stuff and I just go straight into that. And but that's not how life unfolded for me. But anyways, I hope you guys got something from this experience that I'm sharing. And if you ever do take magic mushrooms, let me know how your experience was. And always make sure that you have good quality psychedelics. It's best to go to a farm where there's cows and horses, and when they shit, the next day usually some mushrooms grow, so you can just get the fresh stuff. But anyways, I hope you liked the video. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. It's Freddy. Peace out.